What's up, Nerf Nation? This is Normatico here with another blaster review. Of those things, I was actually at Walmart recently, and I saw a blaster there that it had dawned upon me, I've never actually purchased this blaster before. Surprise! At $9.97, I think it might have been a pretty decent deal. We will see. But I'm talking about the Buzz-Bee Toys Double Fire. Now, Double Fire, of course, it is licensed under the Adventure Force line, which is a Walmart exclusive. It is a Buzz-Bee toy product, though. They did produce this. That being said, it is a hinge fire blaster, and I'll be honest with you, Buzz-Bee did create another blaster similar to this that I do happen to own, which is the Walking Dead Rick's shotgun, but that one actually uses shells. From what I can tell here, this does not use shells, so we will see. It does promote a distance of up to 80 feet. You know what? Buzz-Bee has never steered me wrong when it comes to the distances, so we will see how this launches. Of course, there's not much of a box here. It really is just this package here, so I don't have to switch views very much. I can actually just take my box cutter right here and go with the tape. Huzzah! And that should be it. That's deceptive. That's pretty deceptive. Yeah, that's pretty deceptive. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I know I have scissors around here somewhere. Scissors! No, they don't answer. Oh well, let's see where they are. I have my scissors. This is what happens when people walk away with my things. Anyways. Snip. Wow, that's pretty tough. Snip. And snip. This is my annoyed face. And snip. Much better now. Anyways, so of course we have the blaster. You know, it's kind of small. This is definitely a kid's toy. And to open it up, you actually just pull this lever here. And you yank on that down. That should be primed. Okay, so that is how it fires and loads. That is kind of a tough prime. That is much harder to prime than, say, a barrel break, which is very similar to this. That of course, is the Nerf, which the performance on that, I'll be honest with you, not very impressive. At least the one that I had wasn't. So badly that I didn't even bother reviewing it, because if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah, I kind of just like, was like, yeet, and yeeted it into the donation bin. Of course, this is supposed to come with a holder and 6 darts. I know, because it says so on the box. And let's take a look here. They really do package this up nicely. Walmart does take thievery seriously. If you've ever been inside of a Walmart lately, you know what I'm talking about. At least the one by me. And again, this is more of a commentary on Walmart where I live, not necessarily on all Walmarts everywhere. You go into the blaster section, and you're lucky if anything's even properly marked. And you might find blasters that have been taken out of their boxes and just left there. I was actually victim of a purchase where I bought a blaster and the darts were removed from it. Go figure. Wow, they even have plastic on the inside holding this down. This is heavy duty here. Frustration-free packaging is apparently not a thing for Adventure Force products. Apparently it's let's frustrate you as much as possible. Yeah, right there. There it is. Look at that. I should have switched views to unbox this after all, apparently. Of course, this is the dart storage holdage. Tried to combine there. It's a portmanteau of holder and storage. Horage. Giggity. Anyways, this is the dart storage. It can store up to 4 darts. You actually install this on whichever side of the blaster you want to. I'm probably going to store this on the right side of the blaster. And of course, you have 6 of the Adventure Force distance darts. Now, these are different from the waffle tips, as you can see. I will actually pull these out. I'm actually kind of fond of these, to be honest with you, because in my opinion, they actually have a decent distance. They usually come with the Busby brand blasters, as opposed to the waffle tips, which are usually the Dart Zone manufactured Adventure Force brands. But there you can see that they have the rounded tip. These are very similar to the Air Warriors darts, which are not the greatest, but they are better than Elite. So there you go. Now, of course, if I am doing this correctly, it looks to be that you can fit this in either way. You just put that in there, and it is clipped in. Of course, if you wanted to put it on the left side, you can put it on the left side. You know what? Who knows? I may purchase another one of these just for the dart holder. That way I have both left and right. Now, of course, loading this thing, you pull that open, yank that down, and then, of course, as opposed to the barrel breech, which you actually load it into the barrel, as well as the Walking Dead shotgun, you actually load this one directly in right there, and you can see the dart post there. And then you close, and you are ready to fire. Now, of course, this actually does have kind of a binary trigger style, where you actually pull the trigger just on one side gently, and it launches one dart. You pull it again, and it launches the second dart, or you just mash down on the trigger, and it fires both darts at once. For example, 1, 2. There you go. Now, I'm actually going to do another dart recovery inside my own house. Yeah. And we are actually going to run this through the chronograph. I'll be honest with you, this does sound like it shoots more powerfully than Rick's shotgun. And yeah, we will see what we can do here. Now, I will tell you, though, because of the fact of how I take the pictures for my thumbnails, I am going to end up painting this before we are done, only because of the fact that this green will make it so that this blaster is invisible. Who knows? Might do something fun with this. I'm fond of this black, but not so much of this green. Wonder what color I can do with this. We will see. I have acrylic paints. This is definitely going to be a hand paint job, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned for that paint job. But first, the chronograph test. Parking lot range with the Busby Adventure Force double fire. We are going to be shooting 4 shots out of this one. I actually have some Elite darts loaded in here to test how they perform with this blaster, and then we're going to actually launch some of the quote-unquote Air Warriors speed darts. So of course now, one of those things that priming this, you do have to kind of like pull really hard downwards on this to prime it, and then you just slap that up and you are ready to go. So let's launch one angled, one straight with the Elites, and see how far they can go. We had a misfire. That didn't go very far for the straight shot, but let's go ahead and actually now reload. with the Adventure Force darts. See how these perform. So I did see that we got some bounce with these. I'm actually going to count about 5 feet worth of a bounce. So let me go recover those and we'll be back with those numbers. Okay, so upon dart recovery, I actually noticed a couple of things. So I'm going to retest one elite dart and one of the Adventure Force darts, only because of the fact that I noticed that one of the darts was damaged. The elite dart was actually damaged when I fired it. So I'm going to refire the fresh elite dart, and I'm going to test with a fresh Adventure Force dart as well. I want to give you the best accurate numbers. So we'll be right back with another shot. Much better. So after retesting, we got 80 feet with the actual Air Warriors darts. And then with Elite darts, the original angled shot got more than 80 feet. So this is an honest blaster. It said up to 80 feet and it hit that mark. So that's okay. When it comes to the straight shots, the Elites did not perform as well as the Air Warriors darts. In fact, they underperformed. The Air Warriors definitely had a better straight shot than the Elites. Now, just to let you all know, and you can't really tell because there aren't very many trees nearby, there is a little bit of wind out here, but it is blowing to my left. Yes, this way. And it does knock the darts off when it comes to accuracy. We are now actually going to go and do an indoor accuracy test as well, where I'm going to just switch to just using the Air Warriors darts as opposed to using the Elites because, as we all know, Elites are trash garbage when it comes to accuracy. Stay tuned, and I'm going to do the accuracy test followed by my final thoughts. All right, we are indoors with the double fire here. I'm actually going to go ahead and prime this now. I'm going to do a couple of different types of shots here. We're going to do, of course, the standard 6 shots down at the basket, of course, single fire. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually recover and reload, and we're going to shoot both at once and see how accurate this blaster can be. Of course, aiming this with the sight. It does have a little iron sight right here with the 2 and the 1. So that is what we're going to go ahead and actually go to use to aim. And let's see how accurate these Air Warriors darts are. They fly straight. They just don't go as far as I'd like without curving downwards. Just my aim. That was bad. All right, so out of the 6 shots that I took, one of them actually hit the basket. The rest, with the exception of one that kind of curved a little bit to the left, they did go actually straight. They just went downwards a little bit. Now, these darts have been used a couple of times already via the chronograph testing, as well as the distance testing, so that could be what caused it. So they do fly straight necessarily, but they don't actually stay level. Let's go and actually reload these things and do two at a time and see how that works. Because after all, it is a shotgun. All right, let's try this again. Two shots at a time. Okay. So, given that what it is supposed to be after is a, of course, double barrel shotgun, you're never going to get precise accuracy out of a shotgun, obviously. However, with the spread that you have, if there is a target down there, a human-sized target, of course, they are definitely going to be hit. Not bad. Let's go and actually look at our final thoughts up next. And we are back with our final thoughts regarding the double fire. So you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I was not expecting much out of $9.97 that I spent on this blaster at Walmart. But what it delivered was surprisingly good for what it is. This is modeled after a shotgun. As I said during the accuracy testing, you're not going to get pinpoint accuracy with a shotgun, not unless you are extremely skilled and are shooting something that's like less than 5 feet away from you. So this pretty much mimics that, especially when you use the double fire. The Air Warriors darts, they are better than Elite darts. I will admit that, even though they tend to go downwards a little bit sometimes. But other than that, they do fly straight. So that is pretty decent. You know, for $9.97, let me tell you who this is for. This is for that parent that is on a budget that wants to get something for their kid that's going to be safe for them to play around the house, and that is going to be just fine. If they actually want to have a shotgun style game, this is definitely one to take in. Now, I say that when you compare it to other shotgun style blasters out there. For example, let's compare this to the older End Strike or Elite Barrel Break. You know what? This one definitely is better. It actually works better. It feels better in your hands. And the priming mechanism, you know, even though it's a little bit harder to pull that down compared to a barrel break, you do feel that spring in there, which is kind of nice. The other ones that I can think of are the Rick's Walking Dead Rick Shotgun Blaster, also by Busby. That one actually uses shells, and I might actually show that one later on in a short, or maybe do a full-on review about that one. But that one itself, I'll be honest with you, loading up the shells, it takes a little bit more time. So if you are actually having a Nerf battle in the house, you have to be finicking with these shells and reloading the shell and then putting the shell back inside the blaster to fire. Whereas here, you just take the darts, slide them into the chamber, close, and boom, boom, you are ready to go. So in that sense, this one is definitely my choice. I will be honest with you, this blaster, it is honest. It does promote ranges of up to 80 feet, and it hits it. Barely, but it hits it, so it is an honest blaster. Busby, of course, they are not going to play the Hasbro method of lying to you on the box. The only issue that I have with this blaster is the dart storage. Now, I like the fact that they gave you dart storage. It's cool. I kind of wish that they would have given you something for both sides, I'll be honest with you, because of the fact that when you actually put this on one side, it leaves this other side open with these clips here, and it kind of looks ugly in my opinion. Other than that, though, again, this is actually a really fun blaster, and I guarantee you that kids are going to enjoy this. So, parents, if you are actually out at Walmart and your kid's like, Mom, Dad, I want a blaster, and you're working on a budget and you don't know what to get, you can feel free to pick this one up. Again, it is $9.97. This one has been on the shelves for quite a while on Walmart. I am surprised that I had not picked it up earlier, and now that I actually have it, I'm pretty glad that I did, because whenever the kids come around to play inside the house, I don't have to whip out the Pro Blasters. I could just take out this one and we could have fun. So I want to thank y'all for watching Secondhand Blasters. Until next time, keep on blasting.